Nick with Hop and Crow Creations. Welcome back to the channel. I'm doing another ephemera video for the Sunflower collaboration with Beauty and Books Co. and the Trucking Scribe. So today I'm going to try making a cluster. I'm not very good at them. I love them, but a lot of times they end up looking like a hot mess for me. But I do enjoy making them and putting them in my journal, so we're going to give it a go. What I'm going to do is, this is the ephemera page from Beauty and Books Co.'s kit, and I've kind of trimmed it down a little bit on the edge there so I can get my 1-inch circle punch on here and punch out this circle with the butterfly. Because I want to use that one. There's a lot of great graphics in there to use. And then I just have some scraps from things that I've worked on recently. It's different pages. I'm also going to use, this is another one of the little cards from the Trucking Scribe kit. Just going to trim around that. Some beautiful graphics in these kits. I do have a brother scan and cut that I could put these on. It's just, sometimes it seems more of a hassle just to set it up, and I don't keep it set up, I keep it stored in my craft cabinet. And then, you know, having to set it up and scan everything in and get it adjusted and so yada yada. Sometimes it's faster just to do it by hand. Okay. So first thing, I'm going to just kind of ink up the edges and distress it with the vintage photo. I do like things to be really grungy looking, vintage, old. So I go heavy on the ink. I know some people don't, but I do. Excuse me. And I can hit the back edge a little bit too. Sometimes my clusters don't show because I glue them all the way on. Sometimes I leave the edges kind of lifted. I'll just hit the back side. So if that's the case, got a little pop of the vintage photo on there. Okay. Not exactly sure what we're going to do. I do have some vintage buttons. Beautiful jar buttons there. Also need to go ahead and just hit the edges on this circle we cut out. Okay. I also have some tickets that I had gotten at a thrift store. They are obviously not vintage, but can color them up, distress them a little bit. This is from the digital kit that I used for the bees and fairies. Of course, still have some of the labels from Which Craft Do You Do. I use these labels all the time. They're great. Some dictionary pages, and then Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, and English dictionary. Just some scrap papers. This is one of the papers from Temu or Shein. We can definitely kind of use that as well. So let's go ahead and distress this ticket just a little bit. Just gonna kind of rough up the edges. I got this tool because it was on sale. I used my perforator in an earlier video as well. I usually wait till there's a good coupon or these things go on sale before I buy them. Before, I was using my scissors, which is fine. I just thought since it was on sale, I'd give it a whirl. And also, you know, that coin trainer thing. Sometimes if I want to just really stress it up, I use my weeding tool. Just kind of do that on some spaces there. Just kind of rough up that paper and take off that part. You can even rip an edge off if you wanted to. Poke a hole in it. Whatever you wanted to do, rough as you want it, right? Let's go ahead and hit it with the ink as well. I'm gonna ink up those spots that we distressed. Sorry, I keep crossing over the camera there. There we go. It makes that bright blue ticket a little easier to fit into something that's vintage. This would be, if we use the entire thing, would be larger piece of ephemera, larger cluster. And I don't think we need that whole thing there. So what I'm going to do is just give it a tear. Pick up the edges there. And a piece of fuzz from something. Go ahead and kind of ink all the way around that. These little papers are great. They're very cheap. Obviously, they're very thin, not very big, but you can get like, you know, 50 pieces, 100 pieces or something for just a few bucks from Temu. And they're really good for putting in as journaling spots. That piece is tearing, so we'll go ahead and give it a little tear there. Or like, you know, we're just making a cluster here. Gonna hit this back part. I want to set that at an angle. I like that, like that. Now I have some lace. This is from an old shirt. I also have this one. I used both of these in the Bees and Fairy journal that I did. This just reminded me of honeycomb. I think I got it at a thrift store. I know I have an edge here that I've been trimming on, just finding it. There it is. Obviously, you don't need a large one because kind of a small piece we're working on. And this one is very heavy. It's a great lace. And I think I'll go ahead and take a little piece of this black too. One of my co-workers, she knows I'll make journals. She's like, hey, I've got some shirts that have lace on them. And I was like, yep, sure will, take them. Lace is so expensive. that, you know, the best place to find it is at thrift stores on clothes and stuff like that, or, you know, somebody has thrown away their craft lot. I've gotten some from Temu before too. If you catch it on the lightning sales, you can get it pretty cheap. Let's see. I like those words right there. Sometimes I like having metal on there, so I'll use like an eyelet or a brad. Not quite sure. I like the look of that with it hanging off like that. I've got my Fabri-Tac. I'm just gonna put some down there. Kind of try to find that same positioning that we had. Probably gonna have to add some more glue to hold that. Sometimes with my clusters, I leave the edges up too, because they make really good tuck spots for small things. So that's always an option. Instead of gluing all your edges down, just, you know, kind of leave something up where you can tuck a little note or something there. I do have the label. I don't know. I think I like the ticket more than the label there. You got quite a few different buttons here that we could use. Let me find my tweezers. That was a little shiny. Oh, wow, I like that one. That one's almost flower-like. Let's see. The larger one as well there. Not sure. That one's a little flatter. Not sure. Let's glue our ticket on first. A little rust on my needle there for my art glitter glue. maybe even put that on a button so it kind of pops up a little. New. I think I really am just liking that single button by itself, but I do have some cardboard here. That we could elevate that some. Don't know if my hole punch will do that. I think it's too thick. Yep. So we can just glue it on there. I lost the needle that went in to my glue, and so I'm using a different one, and it keeps wanting to rust. I need to find my larger scissors. This graphic would have been another good one to do resin with. I love using the resin. I'm going to go through here and make a little bit around this cardboard. I just like the look of the little resin dangles and pops. Now just finding a place that I like this. I think I prefer the button up here. What do you think? There? I think I do like it there because I'm wondering if the thing could always just like sew a little piece of thread into it for like a little bow and dangle. I like the fabric tack, but ooh, it does thread. And see, it's a fabric tack. Put a good amount of glue on our butterfly here. This gives a little 3D effect. Like I said, I'm not very good at making clusters, but I do enjoy trying. I actually like how this one turned out. I don't think it needed a lot of stuff. I just like how it looks like an old letter, and maybe a ticket from an event somebody's trying to keep a memory of. Once this dries though, I may go in there and just sew a thread in there to make a little bow. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about it. Alright, like the video if you enjoyed it. Continue to join us for the collaboration. Thanks.